The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Up next on UMass Sports Insider, we're going behind the scenes with the Minutemen football team, giving you a glimpse of what life was like on the road on some big-time college football trips. And you'll meet one of the inspirational leaders of the team's defense, a hard-nosed lineman who has overcome some long odds to become an impact D1 football player. Plus, we introduce you to the new head man for the Minutemen soccer squad, a local product taking over for a legend and friend and working to keep the overachieving underdog tradition going at Rudd Field. Teaching all the tricks of the trade, UMass Sports Insider, it starts now.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider, presented by Office Depot Office Max, Alden Credit Union, Mafre Commerce Insurance, Mohegan Sun, and Coca-Cola.
Conference play is underway in college football, and after a few near misses during a difficult early season schedule, UMass football has wiped the slate clean and is looking to make some noise in the MAC. Coach Whipple's squad is certainly now battle-tested and appears ready to start collecting some W's during the final 2 months of the season.
Hello there. Welcome to UMass Sports Insider from the new press box at McGurk Stadium. I'm your host, Josh Maurer. Coming up later, you'll find out important things like how to serve a tennis ball and which comedians some UMass student athletes like. But let's start with football, where the UMass team is in a stretch of playing 4 out of 5 games away from home. In college football, it's extremely difficult to win on the road, especially when you have to travel to a power conference opponent. Earlier this year, when UMass went to Vanderbilt and then Penn State, we took our cameras behind the scenes with the team to give you a glimpse at what those trips were like.
Why do you have to be taped under it? Because if you spat your shoe, it changes the angle of your foot, so it can actually cause more injury than if you're not spatted. That's why we don't like to spat, because it doesn't do a ton for you. I know it looks good, but it doesn't do a ton for you. So if you do that without having the support underneath, you can actually cause more injury.
Eyes down, drive down.
Hey, old man Dan got a birthday.
Grandpa's birthday.
Really? Yeah. Happy birthday, bro.
Don't worry, Coach. He got cake this morning.
Oh, I'm sure he's been taken care of.
So giving them towels so when they come back they shower, put their travel suits back on, and go to their hotel. Tomorrow's a big day for us. Go UMass.
Play the next play. 3, most importantly, put it on the scoreboard. Let's go. Put it on the scoreboard. Let's go. Pass on 2. 1, 2. Pass. Let's get W, baby. Shut the wall. Shut the wall. Shut the wall.
Complete. Touchdown, Minutemen. 6 for the Minutemen on an impressive opening drive. Lead man for Vandy is Trey Ellis. And they're going to fake it and throw. It's complete. Mills, 20. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Massachusetts. How about that? Mark Whipple dusts off the old playbook.
Let's go, baby. Come on, let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going, man.
You're doing a better job of playing the next play. Lorenzo, good job. All right, drop the ball. Who cares? Guys are around you. Same thing, Jackson. All right, Nicole Payne. No, everybody fights for one another. Fight for one another.
Woodley, touchdown. The University of Massachusetts takes a 10-point lead with the point to come.
From the shotgun, Hackenberg, 3-0 Penn State takes the snap. Three-step drop, Hackenberg has all day to throw. Now rolls to his left, time runs out, he's hit. Hackenberg is sacked, back inside the 20. Kason Messiah, the first man there, and they sandwiched Christian Hackenberg. And the Minutemen have held to another field goal attempt. UMass 3rd and 12 at its own 23. Crohn, a shotgun snap, throws it over the middle, it's caught. Tajay Sharp in space, and he puts on the afterburners, and Sharp is gone. Tajay in for the touchdown, 77 yards.
UMass's road travels will continue with trips to Miami, Ohio, and Kent State over the first 2 weekends in the month of October. Well, UMass's young defensive line is anchored by just one senior, a Minuteman who's had to overcome many obstacles in his life just to be on the field, but now as one of the team leaders, he's become a vital part of the Minutemen's defense. With the story, here's Cody Cruciel as Mafre Commerce Insurance presents In the Bunker with Daniel Maynes.
Daniel Maynes was an all-state football player at Waltham High School just outside Boston. After he was tabbed the Dual County League Defensive Player of the Year as a senior, Maynes was set to head to UMass as a walk-on defensive lineman. But in late 2009, he realized something wasn't right.
Towards the end of my senior year in high school, like football season, I started losing weight. I lost 10 pounds real quick, and my stomach was hurting, but I was afraid that it was a problem that was a lot worse.
Maynes was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, a disorder that attacks the immune system.
I got ulcers throughout my whole digestive tract. I had ulcers in my mouth, all throughout my intestines and all that, in my stomach.
When you're having this problem initially, first off, it's like, what's going on with me? Why am I've worked so hard to, be fit, to get strong, and all of a sudden I'm losing control of everything that I worked so hard for.
When Maynes came to UMass in August 2010 to start his college football career, he still didn't feel right and left school a week into camp. In just 10 months, Maynes' weight had dropped from 255 pounds his senior year of high school all the way down to 200.
Originally, they tried giving me a lot of different types of medicine. I was taking up to close to 20 pills a day. I think it was 19 to be exact.
But nothing was working until he tried a treatment called Remicade, an IV he now takes every 8 weeks.
I just go to the doctors for 3 hours, sit in a chair, relax with the needle in my arm. The best part about that was I could eat again, because I went solid close to a year without being able to eat that much. And so all of a sudden I threw on a bunch of weight.
While Maynes says he still feels a little bit sick toward the end of each 8-week cycle, the IV treatments have allowed him to manage Crohn's and get back to what he calls a normal life.
I've kind of learned how to cope with it. At first it was pretty bad. I would lose weight pretty quickly. I'd all of a sudden be 285 and then I'd be 270 the next week. That wasn't fun. I remember before we played Michigan a couple of years ago, I came into the season at 285. And before the Michigan week, I was down to 255, so I missed a couple games.
Let's go, come on. Let's go, D-line product 2, 1, 2. D-line product.
With his Crohn's now manageable, Maynes has been able to make an impact on the field. Last year as a junior, he moved into the UMass starting lineup, and this year the economics and political science major is the lone senior on a young Minutemen defensive line. The former walk-on was also awarded a scholarship in 2012. And that scholarship helped ease the burden on his family, as it ensured both his tuition and health insurance would be covered by the university.
They've supported me probably better than I have. There's been a lot of times where I wanted to quit. I got a lot of people around me. My high school coach, Coach Mayberry, he's helped me out a lot too. My family's helped me out. They keep me level-headed,
You would never know Danny has this problem. No one would. You look at him from the outside, you'd never know.
You never want to end doing what you want to do with a sickness or an injury or anything like that. So now that I'm out here again, it feels great to be able to run around and just get to enjoy it.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Cody Cruciel.
Thank you, Cody. Nearly 3 out of every 1,000 Americans suffers from Crohn's disease. There's currently no medication or procedure that can cure it, but we've seen Daniel Maynes battle that illness with some of the same fierceness that we watch on the defensive line that he brings every week. Best of luck to Daniel as he finishes out his UMass career. Hey, it's time for us to take a quick break here on the program, but don't go far. When we come back, we'll look back at a couple of memorable plays from recent years against an upcoming football opponent. Some highlight reel efforts made by players who have graduated onto the NFL. We're coming right back.
We've been receiving a lot of comments from our customers recently, telling us how wonderful their experiences are and how Alden takes the time to listen to and understand their banking needs. It makes us feel good about what we do. Alden provides innovative banking products and great rates every day. So come into Alden today for a better tomorrow. Alden's here, and we love to listen. Alden, banking, no boundaries.
The gang always plays 00 just once. And sometimes, absolutely nothing becomes absolutely everything. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
Hotel UMass was voted the best hotel in Amherst. Situated on the beautiful University of Massachusetts campus, Hotel UMass is where you stay to be in the heart of it all. With 116 contemporary guest rooms, free wireless internet, room service, 36 meeting rooms, free parking, and in walking distance to downtown Amherst, Hotel UMass has it all.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. UMass football's first conference road game comes at Miami, Ohio. So for today's Mohegan Sun Instant Replay, we flash back to two memorable plays the Minutemen made in their previous two meetings with the Red Hawks, each of which made national highlight reels. First, in 2012, this helicoptering run by Michael Cox put UMass in the end zone during a close loss in Oxford. A terrific scamper that capped a 30-carry, 188-yard and 2-touchdown performance by the graduate student who transferred from Michigan. Cox would be selected by the New York Giants in the NFL draft and is currently on their practice squad. Next, in a play that helped UMass to a big victory over Miami last season, tight end Rob Blanchflower somehow had enough concentration to reel in this tipped pass from A.J. Doyle and take it the distance for the game-winning touchdown. It was part of a 5-reception, 98-yard day for the team captain as the Minutemen held on for a 17-10 win. Blanchflower was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in this year's NFL draft, and just like Cox, is a current member of the team's practice squad. Those two plays occurred in the meetings with Miami, Ohio over the last 2 seasons. This year they meet in the first weekend in October. Can't wait to see what's in store this time around. Here we are in the brand new UMass football locker room. Hey, one of the most popular segments in our show each week is when we ask a UMass student athlete to give us a lesson in one of the more important parts of his or her sport. Today, we're sticking with one sport that just about all of us have tried, but one of the most elementary parts can be very frustrating. So we asked Chanel Glasper from the Minute Women tennis team to teach us how to serve a tennis ball. Let's send it over to Chanel for today's Peter Pan Between the Lines.
Hi, my name is Chanel Glasper. I'm a senior on the UMass women's tennis team, and today I'm going to teach you how to serve. One of the most important things about the serve is the grip that you have. In tennis, we call this the continental grip, and if you think about hammering in a nail, that's the exact grip that you want to have. So the center of your hand right here is lined up with the throat of the racket, like this. The next thing that you want to do is work on your contact point. The most important thing to remember is that you want to make contact up as high as you can. So with your arm extended high, that's about the height that you should be making contact with the ball. The last and final step is the service motion. Now, while everyone's service motion is different, this is the most popular way that most people serve and also how I do it as well. So you start with your racket out in front, you swing it back like this, and you kind of make a circular motion. The racket then drops back here, and you come up and make contact. And your left arm drops down to your stomach, and then you finish with the wrist snap. I'm going to show you a quick drill that you can do at home to practice your serve. Right now we're going to be throwing rackets, but the point of it is to make sure that the racket goes end over end. And the only way to do that is if you have your continental grip and you do your service motion and you drop back and you act like you're making contact point and reach up as high as you can. And that's how you serve a tennis ball.
Hey, thanks, Chanel. The women's tennis season is separated into two different parts. The fall, followed by the spring, and the fall season has already gotten underway, beginning in late September and running all the way through the first weekend in November. Best of luck to the Minute Women tennis team. Time for us to take a quick break. We're coming right back on the program, and when we do, you'll meet the new man at the helm of the Minute Men's soccer program, a Western Mass native who's come back to try and keep a winning tradition going. Keep it right here.
What's that great old saying about strangers? They're just friends you haven't met yet. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
A forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Commerce Insurance. The first name in insurance for more than 1 million customers, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Commerce Insurance.
Book your wedding with award-winning UMass Catering. We can host, design, and plan your big event from full breakfasts, lunches, to elegant wedding receptions and dinners. UMass Catering can host events in one of our ballrooms that overlook campus, tented outdoors, or our own Renaissance house. The possibilities are endless. Let the culinary team at UMass Catering bring creative menus and exceptional service to your wedding day. Special rates for members of the UMass family and alumni.
Your UMass Minutemen return to Gillette Stadium October 18th to take on MAC rivals Eastern Michigan. Be part of the experience, the fun, the excitement of a classic fall football day. And at halftime, see thousands of high school musicians join the UMass Minuteman Marching Band on the field for a huge performance. This is your state. This is your team. This is UMass football.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. It's never easy to take over a job in the wake of a tragedy, but that's what Devin O'Neill has had to do with the men's soccer program at UMass following the passing of head coach Sam Koch from cancer this summer. And with a heavy heart, Devin has taken on the challenge, and the Western Mass native is meeting it head on. With more, here's Cody Cruchel.
Long before he came to UMass, Devin O'Neill's soccer career started with humble beginnings.
I think if you had asked me as a little kid, probably around 10 years old, what was my life ambition, it would have been to play for Westside High. You know, that was the ultimate for me. And I was fortunate in that my dad took me to all their games. You know, at home games, I would run the lines, and those guys were like pros. You know, I didn't really have any idea that it was everything to me.
You're going to stay with your men, and you have to turn around and just be sharp, because they may knock it across. The ball served into here, you're going to win it.
While O'Neill developed his love of soccer in his hometown of West Springfield, his connections to UMass began 2 decades ago.
When my college athletic career was over, I think my parents kind of had a little bit of withdrawal. You know, they were used to chasing my brother and I and my sister around to different events for probably the better part of 20 years. And it was at that time where Calipari was really raising the basketball program to prominence, and my parents really latched on to that. and became just avid fans of UMass basketball.
After 5 seasons as a Division I assistant, O'Neill landed his first head coaching job at East Carolina in 1999. He spent 4 seasons in Greenville, guiding the Pirates to their best 3-year winning percentage in program history. Following a 7-year stint as the head coach at Gettysburg College, O'Neill moved back into the D1 ranks as an assistant at Bradley in 2010. He arrived in Amherst 2 years later when Sam Koch recruited him to UMass as an assistant.
Sam and I got to know each other a bit just on the recruiting trails. You know, interestingly, when I was trying to get in the profession, I reached out to Sam about a grad assistant position, and it didn't work out. I ended up going to Springfield, but since then we were able to get to know each other a bit. You can never find anybody who would say a bad word about Sam. You know, he's about as well loved as anybody in the soccer world. So I just thought it would be, you know, a good fit.
And O'Neill's Bay State connections have helped ease his transition back home.
It's been so much fun. You know, if you look at our current roster, Nick Martinelli, I grew up playing with his uncle, you know, from the time we were like 9 years old. Matt Mooney, his high school coach, was on that same team. Alex DeSantis from my current hometown in Belchertown. You know, it seems like every time, you know, I turn around and try to get references on people that we're recruiting, it's either guys that I played against or played with, and that's been a lot of fun.
For UMass Sports Insider, I'm Cody Cruciel.
Thank you, Cody. Coach O'Neill and the Minutemen are trying to keep alive the tradition of an underdog squad overcoming all obstacles. Last season, they made it into the Atlantic 10 tournament. This year's conference slate begins in the first weekend in October with a home match against St. Joe's.
Hi, I'm Shane Huber, linebacker for the UMass football team. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to find out who some of my teammates' favorite comedians are.
The gang always plays 00 just once. And sometimes, absolutely nothing becomes absolutely everything. Among life's millions of moments, some of the very best are made by Mohegan Sun. When it's your time to shine, come see us.
At this rate, you can get that new car. Low rates on auto loans. Alden Credit Union. Banking, no boundaries. At Alden Credit Union, our home loans leave room in your budget for some fun. You can get the kitchen you want, have space for a new friend, and still afford a night out with old friends. At this rate, you can have it all. 2.49% APR on all home loans.
Hotel UMass was voted the best hotel in Amherst. Situated on the beautiful University of Massachusetts campus, Hotel UMass is where you stay to be in the heart of it all. With 116 contemporary guest rooms, free wireless internet, room service, 36 meeting rooms, free parking, and in walking distance to downtown Amherst, Hotel UMass has it all.
Your UMass Minutemen return to Gillette Stadium October 18th to take on MAC rivals Eastern Michigan. Be part of the experience, the fun, the excitement of a classic fall football day. And at halftime, see thousands of high school musicians join the UMass Minuteman Marching Band on the field for a huge performance. This is your state. This is your team. This is UMass football.
You're watching UMass Sports Insider.
Welcome back. Are you ready for it? Here it is, our Alden Credit Union lighter side. You get a glimpse at some of the UMass Minutemen and Minutewomen's personalities off the field.
Who doesn't love to laugh? Well, those who make us crack a smile are some of the most celebrated celebrities in our society, so we got to wondering who brings smiles to the UMass students' faces. So we asked some athletes, who's your favorite comedian? Let's check out the answers.
My favorite comedian is Jimmy Fallon. I saw him perform and I got to be on the show.
I'd have to say Bill Burr. I know he's not really a well-known comedian, but ever since I moved here to Massachusetts, I started to appreciate the Boston-based humor.
Angela Johnson, and she does a skit called Bunk Weekly. And I did it for my talent show for the soccer team, and I made everybody laugh real hard.
My favorite comedian, I have to say, is probably Kevin Hart at the time, right now, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Robin Williams.
What?
Yeah, I was in line and they said, do you want to be on TV? And I was like, yep, and I was dancing in the background.
Really?
Yep.
Like, what's his act?
I mean, he says things that are just so absurd, way out there that like make people pull back. Like, you probably shouldn't be saying that, but it's funny because you're saying it.
Tell me about this Bon Qui-Qui thing from Angela Johnson.
She goes, welcome to King Burger, where we do it your way, but don't get crazy. And then she's like, people interrupt her, and she's like, don't interrupt, Root.
What's the best part about Kevin Hart's comedy?
I don't know, he's just stupid.
Robin Williams in what part in particular?
I'd say my favorite Robin Williams is Mrs. Doubtfire. It's one of my top movie choices.
Did Jimmy Fallon like shake your hand?
No, I didn't get to meet him.
You didn't get to meet him?
I was behind him, blowing kisses to the audience.
So what does he sound like? Give us a little impersonation.
All right, well, before I say anything, I'm going to say I'm from Arizona, so I don't have the best boxing accent, but I mean, it's something like a wicked tuna or like a parked car, but I don't like that's my best boxing accent. I don't know.
Where did you come across this?
Mad TV, YouTube, yeah.
Mad TV. Can you do a little impersonation of him as Mrs. Doubtfire?
Sure. I guess my favorite part is when he's like, help is on the way, dear! And he runs and he jumps over the restaurant, like, bar thing just to give the Heimlich to someone.
Do your teammates know about this?
I don't know. Probably.
I mean, I imagine you were probably like bragging about it for weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of tweets went out.
So for our audience here of this show here in New England, these guys, everybody's pretty well familiar with Mr. Bill Burr, I would think.
I'd hope so. I mean, he's a native. If I know him all the way from Arizona, someone out here should definitely know him.
Were people impressed when you did it for your talent show?
Yeah, we got second place, though. We should have got first. But we
You
lost.
didn't Bon Qui-Qui good enough.
I did, but...
What? Apparently not.
Yeah, I know.
So were you sad when he died this summer?
Yeah, I was really shocked and taken back by it. Yeah.
Well, we'll always have Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, guys. That's our show for this week. Our next new edition of UMass Sports Insider debuts on Saturday, October the 11th. It'll be our hockey season preview show as they're already getting ready to drop the puck. Until that time, I'm Josh Maurer. Thanks again for watching and have a great rest of your weekend.
UMass Sports Insider is presented by Office Depot Office Max, Alden Credit Union, Mafre Commerce Insurance, Mohegan Sun, and Coca-Cola.